Lila was a girl with a heart full of sunshine. She saw magic in every raindrop, wonder in every leaf. But most of all, Lila loved animals. She understood their silent language, their wagging tails and soft meows. They were her friends, her confidants. Lila shared her snacks with the squirrels in the park. She whispered secrets to the butterflies in her garden. She even befriended the grumpy old tomcat who lived down the street, the one everyone else was afraid of. But Lila knew in her heart that every creature deserved kindness. Lila's parents, seeing her deep connection with animals, decided to get her a special friend, one she could share all her adventures with. And so, one bright spring morning, they brought home a fluffy golden retriever puppy. The puppy was a ball of energy, all clumsy paws and playful nips. His golden fur gleamed in the sunlight as he bounded through the grass, his tiny legs working overtime to keep up with his boundless enthusiasm. Every leaf, every twig, every fluttering butterfly was a new adventure waiting to be discovered. Lila named him Max, and from the moment their eyes met, they were inseparable. It was as if they had known each other forever, their bond forming instantly and growing stronger with each passing day. Lila's laughter filled the air as Max's playful antics brought joy to her heart. Max, with his soft brown eyes and even softer heart, became Lila's shadow, her partner in crime, her best friend. He followed her everywhere, his loyalty unwavering and his love unconditional. Whether they were playing in the yard or cuddling on the couch, Max was always by her side. Max was always there for Lila. Through every high and low, he stood by her, a constant source of comfort and companionship. His presence was a soothing balm to her soul, his loyalty a testament to the unbreakable bond they shared. He listened patiently to her stories, his head cocked to the side as if he understood every word. His expressive eyes seemed to convey empathy and understanding, making Lila feel heard and valued. Max's silent companionship spoke volumes, offering a sense of solace that words could never provide. He comforted her when she was sad, resting his chin on her lap and gazing at her with his soulful eyes. His gentle presence was a reminder that she was never alone, that she had a friend who would always be there to lift her spirits and share her burdens. And he was always ready for an adventure, his tail wagging furiously, a happy grin on his furry face. Whether it was a walk in the park or a romp in the backyard, Max's enthusiasm was infectious, turning every outing into a joyous escapade. Together, Lila and Max explored the world around them. They discovered hidden trails, chased after the wind, and basked in the beauty of nature. Every day was a new adventure, a new opportunity to create cherished memories. They chased butterflies in the park, their laughter mingling with the rustling leaves and the chirping birds. Max's playful barks echoed through the air as he leaped and bounded, his joy evident in every movement. Splashed in puddles after the rain, their clothes and fur soaked but their spirits high. The simple pleasure of playing in the rain brought them closer, their bond strengthened by shared moments of pure, unadulterated joy. And rolled down grassy hills, their laughter echoing through the air. The world was their playground, and every hill, every meadow, every sunlit glade was a canvas for their adventures. They were two kindred spirits, bound by a love as pure and unconditional as the morning sun. Their bond was a testament to the magic of friendship, a reminder that true companionship knows no bounds. Every day with Max was an adventure. From the moment the sun peeked over the horizon, casting a golden glow on the world, Max was ready to explore. His boundless energy and enthusiasm were infectious, making every outing feel like a grand expedition. They built sandcastles on the beach, the waves crashing at their feet. Max would dart in and out of the water, chasing the foam and barking at the seagulls. Lila's laughter would mix with the sound of the ocean, creating a symphony of joy. They went on hikes in the woods, following trails marked by rustling leaves and the chirping of birds. The forest was their playground, a place where they could lose themselves in the beauty of nature. Max would sniff every tree and bush, his tail wagging furiously as he discovered new scents. They shared ice cream cones, Max lapping at the melting drips with gusto. Lila taught Max tricks. He could shake paws, fetch the newspaper, and even play dead, much to the amusement of Lila's parents. Each trick was a testament to their bond, a display of trust and understanding. Max's antics never failed to bring smiles to their faces. He was the heart of their home, a source of endless entertainment and affection. Lila's parents often marveled at how much joy one little dog could bring into their lives. But more than tricks, they had a language of their own, a secret code of nudges, tail wags, and knowing glances. It was a silent conversation, one that spoke volumes about their connection. They understood each other in a way that words could never capture. They were two halves of a whole, connected by an invisible thread woven from love and laughter. Their days were filled with playful chases and quiet moments of companionship. Whether running through fields or cuddling under the stars, they were inseparable. As the years passed, their bond only grew stronger. They grew up together, facing the world side by side. Each year brought new adventures and deeper understanding. Their friendship was a constant, a steady presence in an ever-changing world. They were there for each other through thick and thin, through sunny days and stormy nights. Max was a source of comfort during difficult times, his presence a reminder that they could weather any storm together. Their bond was unbreakable, forged in moments of joy and sorrow. Max was more than just a pet to Lila. He was her confidant, her protector, her family. He listened to her secrets, stood by her side, and watched over her with unwavering loyalty. In Max, Lila found a friend who would never let her down. He was her heart, running around outside her body. Their adventures under the sun were more than just fun. They were the building blocks of a lifelong friendship, a bond that would endure through all of life's seasons. Time, as it always does, marched on. Lila grew taller. Max's muzzle turned gray. He wasn't the playful puppy he once was. His walks became slower, his naps longer. Lila noticed, her heart aching with a sadness she couldn't quite understand. One day, Max didn't get up to greet Lila with his usual enthusiasm. He lay on his bed, his tail giving a weak thump on the floor. Lila knew deep down that this time was different. She hugged Max tightly, burying her face in his fur, her tears soaking his coat. Max closed his eyes, his breathing shallow. Then, with a final sigh, he was gone. Lila's heart shattered into a million pieces. Her faithful companion, her furry soulmate, was gone. The silence in the house was deafening, a constant reminder of the empty space beside her. Days turned into weeks. Lila missed Max terribly. The world seemed dull, the colors less vibrant without him by her side. One night, overcome with grief, Lila cried herself to sleep, clutching Max's favorite toy, a worn-out tennis ball. As she slept, the wind whispered through the trees outside her window. It seemed to carry a message, a gentle beckoning. Lila dreamt that night. She dreamt of a place where the grass was emerald green and the sky shimmered with 1,000 colors. And in her dream, she heard a familiar bark. Lila opened her eyes. Or were they open? She wasn't sure. She stood on a path paved with shimmering stones. A gentle breeze ruffled her hair, carrying the scent of wildflowers and something else, something wonderfully familiar. Ahead, a magnificent bridge arched over a sparkling river, and on the other side, a sight took her breath away. Dogs of all shapes and sizes ran and played, their tails wagging furiously. Cats basked in the sun, their purrs a gentle melody. Birds soared through the air, their songs filling the air with joy. And then she saw him, Max. He looked like his old self, full of life and energy. He bounded towards her, his bark a sound of pure joy. Lila ran to meet him, tears streaming down her face. They met in the middle, a tangle of limbs and fur. "Max!" Lila cried, burying her face in his soft fur. "You're here!" Max licked away her tears, his tail wagging so hard his whole body shook. He barked again, a happy, "Of course I'm here! This is the Rainbow Bridge! This is where we wait for our humans!" Lila spent the day playing with Max, her loyal and loving dog, who had been her best friend for as long as she could remember. They ran through the fields, chasing butterflies and rolling in the soft grass. Their laughter echoed through the meadow, a symphony of joy that seemed to blend with the songs of the birds and the rustling of the leaves. She learned that the Rainbow Bridge was a place of peace and happiness, a magical realm where the bonds of love were never broken. It was a place where pets went after they left their humans behind, a sanctuary where they could run free and wait for the day they would be reunited with their loved ones. It was a place of waiting, a place where time stood still and the love between a pet and their human transcended even death. The love that Lila felt for Max was eternal, a bond that could never be broken, not even by the passage of time or the distance between worlds. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the meadow, Max nudged Lila gently, his eyes filled with a wisdom that seemed to understand the mysteries of the universe. "It's time for you to go back," he said, his voice filled with love and a gentle sadness. But don't be sad. I'm always with you in your heart. His words echoed in her mind, a promise that she would carry with her forever. Lila woke up in her bed, the first rays of dawn peeking through the curtains, casting a soft glow on her tear-streaked cheeks. Her cheeks were wet with tears, but she felt a sense of peace she hadn't felt since Max had left. It was as if a weight had been lifted from her heart. She knew in her heart that Max was happy, running free in the meadows of the Rainbow Bridge, waiting for the day they would be together again. That afternoon, Lila's parents took her to the local animal shelter, a place filled with the hopeful eyes of animals looking for a second chance. "We thought maybe you'd like to give another dog a loving home," her mom said gently, her voice filled with understanding and compassion. Lila walked through the kennels, her heart heavy but hopeful, each step bringing her closer to a new beginning. And then she saw her, a small, scruffy puppy with big brown eyes and a playful grin, a spark of life and joy that seemed to call out to her. The puppy wagged her tail tentatively, as if to say, "Will you be my friend?" In that moment, Lila felt a connection, a familiar warmth that reminded her of Max. She knew that this little puppy needed her just as much as she needed the puppy. It was the beginning of a new friendship, a new chapter in her life. As she reached out to pet the puppy, she felt a sense of peace and happiness, knowing that Max would always be a part of her, and that love could indeed transcend even the greatest of losses. Lila smiled, her heart filled with hope and love, ready to welcome a new friend into her life. And as she walked out of the shelter with the puppy in her arms, she knew that Max was smiling down on her, happy that she'd found a new friend to share her love with. The journey of love and friendship continued, a never-ending circle that would always bring warmth and joy to her heart. A small, scruffy puppy with big brown eyes and a playful grin. The puppy wagged her tail tentatively as if to say, "Will you be my friend?" Lila knew instantly that this was the one. She named the puppy Luna, and just like that, a new chapter began. Luna was different from Max, with her own unique personality and quirks, but the love Lila felt for her was just as strong, just as pure. Luna brought laughter back into Lila's life. She filled the empty space in their home with her playful antics and unconditional love. And sometimes when Lila looked at Luna, she could almost see a flicker of Max in her eyes, a reminder that love never truly dies. Life, Lila realized, was a tapestry of love and loss, of joy and sorrow. But through it all, the love we share with those we cherish, both two-legged and four-legged, leaves an imprint on our hearts, an echo that resonates long after they're gone. Lila grew up, but she never forgot Max. She carried him with her in her heart, in every act of kindness she showed to animals, in every stray she befriended. She knew that one day, when her time came, she would cross that rainbow bridge herself, and Max would be there, waiting to greet her, his tail wagging, his bark a sound of pure joy. And so Lila lived her life to the fullest, cherishing every moment, every friendship, every furry paw print on her heart. For she knew that love, like the colors of the rainbow, is eternal, stretching across the sky, bridging the gap between heaven and earth, connecting hearts across time and space. And in that knowledge, she found peace, hope, and a love that knew no bounds.